Think about the last time someone said something cruel to you. Maybe it was a partner, a close friend, a family member, and then a few days later, they said something so kind, so warm, that it made you forget the pain almost instantly. And you thought, see, this is who they really are. And you stayed. Maybe you have done this more than once. Maybe you keep ending up with the same type of person over and over again. Different faces, same pattern. And every single time, you are the one who gets hurt. And every single time, you blame yourself. People have a lot of names for this. They call you too trusting. They call you a people pleaser. Or the harshest one, why do you keep choosing the wrong people? The narrative is always the same. You are weak. You lack self-respect. You just need to love yourself more, and the toxic people will stop finding you. But here is the thing. That advice is completely useless. Not because it is wrong, but because it treats this like a character flaw, when it is actually something much deeper, something happening inside your brain that you have no idea about. Today, I want to show you exactly why your brain is pulling you toward people who hurt you. Not because you are broken, but because your nervous system is running a program that was designed to keep you alive. The problem is that program is misfiring. And until you understand how it works, you will keep repeating the same cycle, no matter how much self-help you consume. Let's start with the basics. Your brain has a reward system, and at the center of that system is a chemical called dopamine. Now, most people think dopamine is released when you feel happy, but that is not quite right. Dopamine is not the feeling of pleasure. Dopamine is the feeling of wanting. It is released when your brain anticipates a reward, not when you actually get it. This is a crucial distinction, and it is the foundation of everything that is about to make sense. Now, think about a slot machine. You put in a coin, you pull the handle. Nothing. You put in another coin. Nothing. And then bells ring. Lights flash. Coins pour out, and your brain lights up, not because of the money, but because of the uncertainty. Psychologists call this intermittent reinforcement, and it is considered the most powerful behavioral hook that exists. Why? Because when rewards are unpredictable, your brain does not stop wanting. It wants harder. It becomes obsessed with the possibility. Now here is where this gets uncomfortable. A toxic person is a slot machine. Think about the pattern. Sometimes they are incredible. They make you feel seen. They make you feel special. They say the exact thing you needed to hear. And then without warning, they pull away. They criticize you. They ignore you. They make you feel like you did something wrong. And then they come back, warm again, kind again. And that moment, that specific moment, when the coldness ends and the warmth returns, that is when your brain floods with dopamine, not because they are loving you, but because the threat is gone, and the relief feels exactly like love. This is what researchers call the tension relief cycle, and it is almost chemically identical to the hit a gambler gets when they finally win. Your brain is not learning, this person makes me happy. Your brain is learning, this person makes me feel relieved. And relief after fear is one of the most powerful chemical experiences your body knows how to produce. But there is a second layer here, and this one is harder to talk about. When you are in a relationship with someone like this, your body is constantly on alert. You are always scanning for signs. Is something wrong? Are they about to pull away? What did I do? This keeps your nervous system in a state that psychologists call hyperarousal. Your cortisol levels stay elevated. Your body stays tense. Your brain stays focused, almost entirely on this one person. And over time, your nervous system starts to calibrate to this level of intensity. This is called nervous system dysregulation. What it means is this. Your baseline for what feels normal has shifted. Calm starts to feel boring. Peace starts to feel suspicious. And when someone treats you consistently well, with no drama, no tension, no highs and lows, it feels uncomfortable, it feels flat, it does not feel like love, because your nervous system has been trained to associate love with chaos. This is not a personality flaw, this is rewiring. But we need to have an honest moment. Are you attracted to toxic people because they are exciting or because they are familiar? Because for many people, this pattern does not start in adulthood. It starts much earlier. If you grew up in a household where love was unpredictable, where affection came and went, where you never knew which version of your parent you were going to get, then your brain learned something very early. Love is not safe. Love is something you have to earn. Love comes in small doses between long stretches of pain. And that became your template, not a choice, a blueprint, built into your nervous system before you even knew what a relationship was. So how do you break this? You cannot think your way out of this. That is the first thing to understand. Willpower will not work here. Because this is not a mindset problem. It is a nervous system problem. And nervous systems heal through experience, not through understanding. The concept you need is called a regulated baseline. Right now, your nervous system is calibrated to chaos, and what you need to do is slowly recalibrate it to calm. But you cannot do this all at once, just like you cannot detox from a drug in a single afternoon. The practice is simple. It is called stillness exposure. When you notice you are drawn to someone who creates tension, who makes you feel anxious, who gives you that intense high, do not run toward the intensity. Instead, sit with the discomfort of calm. Notice how your body reacts when nothing is happening, when no one is pulling you, when no one needs you to perform. That restlessness you feel, that is your nervous system, looking for the familiar signal. Do not feed it, just notice it, and breathe. Over time, that restless feeling will decrease. Not because you found the right person, but because your nervous system is learning a new baseline, one where calm does not feel like a threat. Now I need to make an important distinction. If you have experienced serious trauma in childhood or in past relationships, this advice alone may not be enough. Nervous system rewiring after deep trauma often requires professional support, specifically something called somatic therapy, which works directly with the body rather than just the mind. This is not weakness, this is maintenance. Your nervous system has been running an outdated survival program for years. Sometimes you need help to uninstall it. There is one more thing I want to address. You might be thinking, but what if I genuinely love this person? And here is the uncomfortable truth. What you are feeling might not be love. It might be addiction. Love and addiction activate almost identical pathways in the brain: the dopamine, the oxytocin, the obsessive focus, the inability to leave. The difference is not in how it feels. The difference is in what it costs you. Real love does not consistently make you feel unsafe. Real love does not require you to shrink yourself to keep someone close. If someone makes you feel like you are constantly on the edge of losing them, that is not love. That is a slot machine. And you are the one putting the coins in. So here is what I want you to do. Start paying attention to your nervous system, not your emotions, your body. When you are around someone and you feel that rush, that butterflies feeling, that desperate need to have their attention, notice where you feel it. In your chest, in your stomach, in your hands. Now ask yourself, is this excitement or is this anxiety? Because they feel almost identical. And learning to tell them apart is the first step toward breaking the cycle. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are not bad at relationships. Your nervous system learned how to survive, and it did a good job. Now it is time to teach it something new. I will see you in the next one.